Chodesh Tov, everyone. Today is Rosh Hodesh Adar Aleph. We add this extra month of Adar in order to keep Nisan in the spring, so that Pesach can be celebrated as Chag HaAviv. The question is, what is the significance or status of this extra month of Adar? The Mishnah Megillah clearly states that Purim is always celebrated in Adar Bet, but we're still not really sure what to do with Adar Aleph. The Gemara says, Mish nechnas Adar marbin b'simcha, that when Adar comes around, we're supposed to increase our joy. And the question is, does this apply in Adar Aleph as well? It's a machloket Rishonim between the Tosfot, the Rosh, and the Ran. And the Ran does say that in Adar Aleph we are meant to increase our joy. But with whatever opinion you go by, we still see that we're talking about a marbin b'simcha, an increasing of the joy. What is the status quo of simcha that we're supposed to have? We see many times in Chumash, more than 10 times, that we're told to have simcha. Usmachtem, v'hayita ach sameach. And most of these times it's told to be lifnei Hashem, that our simcha is somehow supposed to be before God. And then Edythe, on one of these psukim, explains that we're not talking about some sort of physical happiness that comes from fulfilling some physical desire. Rather, it's about a closest to Hashem, and dafka lifnei Hashem, we should be happy. And we see that while many of these psukim, most of them, are connected to the chagim and different korbanot, we're also meant to have the simcha in our daily life. Right? David HaMelech says in Tehillim, Ivdvet Hashem b'simcha, that however we're serving God, whatever we're doing, it should be with simcha. And we see the contrast in the Tochacha that Moshe tells Bnei Yisrael. He says, Tachad asher lo avarata et Hashem elokecha b'simcha u'v'tuv levav, that because they had not served God with joy and goodness of heart, there will be the following curses. And Rabbeinu Bachaya there explains that not only is it a mitzvah, are we obligated to keep all the mitzvot, we're obligated to keep them with joy. And the Rambam brings us down lehalacha in the Mishnah Torah, that we are meant to keep the mitzvot with this kind of joy, and it's a real avodah that we have to do. And if we don't do that, then we're worthy of tochacha, and we're worthy of reproof for that reason. Well, the question then, if we're meant to have this simcha throughout the year, all the time, whenever we're doing any mitzvah, why specifically are we marbin b'simcha and Adar? Right? We have Purim and Adar, but we also have Chanukah and Kislev, and we have Pesach and Yitziv and Tarim and Nisan. What is it about Adar? So as we know, Adar and Purim celebrate the downfall of Haman, who is a descendant of Amalek. And if you look back to the original attack of Amalek against Bnei Yisrael, we can see that really Amalek was trying to attack our simcha. When Moshe recalls this episode, he says that Amalek came asher karcha b'derech, that they happened upon you on the way. And Rashi there explains that karcha is lashon mikra, coincidence. That Amalek's philosophy was all about coincidence. And I think nothing happens for a reason, it's all coincidental. And with that kind of philosophy, there's not really any room for a relationship with God, because there's not any reason for anything. There's no spirituality, there's no religiosity. And this was an attack to the Jewish people who had just left Mitzrayim. They had just seen countless miracles from God. And they were excited and eager to serve Hashem with joy. And Amalek came and said, we're putting an end to that. Rashi also says that karcha can come from the lashon of kar, cold. That Amalek literally cooled down Bnei Yisrael's enthusiasm. They've been fired up and passionate, and they put an end to that and cooled that down. And really, our simcha was at risk at that time. Bnei Yisrael left Mitzrayim in Sefer Shemot. The pasuk says they left chamushim. And Unclus translates that as mizarzin, that they were eager. The Sfat Emet explains that this eagerness that they had really came from joy. That they were so excited and happy to be keeping the mitzvah and to be lifnei Hashem, close to Hashem. And at this time of Adar, when we're supposed to be wiping out Amalek, we should also be reinforcing this idea of simcha shal mitzvah, and having that in our lives. So whether you hold like the Ran, that we are supposed to increase our simcha at this time or not, it's still a relevant message all throughout the year, especially now as we look towards Purim. So I hope this is a month filled with simcha shal mitzvah and real genuine simcha and closeness to Hashem. Chodesh Tov.